Again, who wrote Ozymandias?
Byron? Hello YouTube, this is Cover to Credits. Today, Stair has drugged me out into the bright world.
Into a dark world.
To see Alien.
Covenant.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you can't say it's Alien.
Whichever one they're on right now.
Because there was Alien, then there was Aliens, eventually. This is a sequel to Prometheus, whether or not you liked Prometheus.
What is it? Prometheus a prequel?
These both are prequels. These are taking place...
A sequel of a prequel.
My head hurts. I don't want to... Just saying.
That wraps up this whole movie nicely, I think. This movie is a sequel of a prequel.
I thought
Turn off camera.
I thought you were going to say...
That's all we're doing.
I thought you were going to say, this movie made my head hurt.
It did, but I don't think it was the movie's fault.
I'm a fan of the Alien franchise. Obviously not everything. Not a huge fan of like the Alien versus Predator stuff, and I think there might even be a couple Alien movies I haven't seen. This isn't like something I go out and see every single one. I've seen the original. I saw a little half or 3/4 of Prometheus. I saw the end, so I know the ending. I am a fan of Ridley Scott. I think one of the most endearing qualities of this movie is just the design. And what I mean by that is the world he creates, the sets that they're in, and like the tech not so much the tech they use, because nothing's like, yes, it's technologically advanced from now, but it's not like super advanced. I mean, they're not like teleporting around. It's very concise.
It's a believable sci-fi.
Exactly. And so much so that it's like, but it's just, it's a beautifully designed movie, like down to the xenomorph and everything else. Obviously that's a design we've seen before, but still done very well. Let's get into a little more of this acting. What does anybody you didn't like the acting of? Really?
I don't know.
It's not even the early movie.
Oh yeah, I know. Some of the... I don't know. I have a beef with sort of the AI's acting, but I know they're sort of supposed to be weird and non-human, which is the point.
Speaking of which, Michael Fassbender...
I don't know, it's hard.
...plays 2 parts in this movie. And... it's very interesting to see what little arc Walter has in this movie. Because there is kind of like a little bit of growth and then a little bit of a curve at the end. David's a whole different thing. This is a movie, though, that you don't want to get attached to any of the people in it. Because as soon as this movie kicks off, literally as soon as this movie kicks off, people will start dropping like flies. This has got to be the shortest time Franco, first name, James Franco. The shortest time James Franco has ever been in any movie that I've seen. I think that's not like a positive or a minus. I like his acting, but I was really surprised that they did it that way, or that they picked a name like that to be the part that happened to instantly. Billy Crudup becomes captain. Doesn't play badly. They push that he's a man of God, but that doesn't really ever come into play. They talk, other than bringing up the fact that he needs to be supportive to. It's weird. To me, the person that steals the movie is Danny McBride, Tennessee. Like I never would have thought that he would have been as good as he was. Yes, he's a great comedic actor, but I would not have thought of him as someone who's going to
put on a serious hat and do a good job with it,
and hold his own throughout this movie. He did. He's a great part in this movie. This is going to be like any other movie. There's no holds barred when it comes to the violence and kind of the gore, pretty much.
And the sex.
Well, I mean, they tried. This is a horror movie. Kevin and I said this.
Sometimes you just gotta try.
Amen. There are 2 or 3 things that are so stereotypical horror movie tropes. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's a couple
That's
blatant
why I don't
ones.
think I can give this movie a good rating.
See, but it's still, to me, it doesn't matter because they're going to have some of those tropes anyway. It's going to happen because
It's not needed. Like, so many stupid freaking decisions. And I know that's because I'm sitting in the audience and I understand what's going to happen to everybody because it's a horror movie. I get it. I understand that me looking at you and screaming, that is a stupid fucking idea, is part of the horror movie thing. Like, I understand that. But still, come on.
in a horror movie, folks, keep your clothes on. Keep them on.
Yeah. And if you're a female actor or character, you should probably put on at least 3 or 4 or 5 layers of clothes at all times.
And probably don't wander off by yourself.
And ugly yourself up a bit, because that will make you live longer.
It'll make the target go away from you a little
yes,
bit.
because
Which
if
is
you
a
are
sad
attractive,
thing.
you're fucking dead.
You're not making, well, I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Dead.
I'll tell you this. If you've seen Alien before, there is some interesting developments about, not developments, I guess, just shot interesting ways of some of the creation of the aliens. I'll put it that way, because that's not a spoiler if you don't know what I'm talking about. I think I didn't have any problem with anybody's acting. I thought the crew was all good. I mean, maybe I can see how, like we were talking about with Fassbender, but like to me, it also makes sense when you think about how it is in AI, to where then his acting doesn't seem as, I don't know. It's still, I know it's still in AI. It still seems kind of odd, like the choices he made for that. But you do see an interesting, few interesting fight scenes, a lot of random gunfire, a few explosions.
Roman candle explosion.
Oh yeah, again.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Okay.
That's a callback if you didn't know what he's talking about. When we talked about the Transformers trailer, he brought up the point, nothing explodes like that. Where there's like single firework looking Roman candle shots behind, in front of, that spread, and then there's just a mushroom cloud behind it. We get that again in this movie. If you like,
nothing explodes like that.
It's like somebody just like lit 2 fireworks and then hit the gas can, and it's like, boom! Like, yeah. Maybe stuff does explode like that, and we just haven't blown enough stuff up. Maybe that's the question.
We should try.
Maybe we should. This isn't incriminating at all. So I was talking to Kevin. There are some movies you go see where throughout the movie it is, I guess you could say, emotionally wearing on you. Watchmen. is the biggest one to me. Anytime you watch The Watchmen, who watches The Watchmen? By the end of that movie, you kind of feel like someone just emotionally just beat you. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only movie I've ever been to where I didn't have a conversation with anyone until about 15, 20 minutes after we were out of the theater in the car and driving. Everyone was silent.
There was, what, like 6 or so?
There was 6. We had a van full of people. No one talked until we were gone. And it was weird. And it's not that it's a bad movie. You just feel like you got the shit kicked out of you by the end of it. This movie, a little of that. Nowhere near like The Watchmen pushes it, but you kind of feel like you just got punched in the gut when you finish this movie. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying it's great by any means. It's a Ridley Scott Alien movie. If you like those, this is perfect for you. They don't change the formula, anything like that. One thing I liked before Kevin gets into anything is, from watching some behind the scenes that I have, I know most of the time where you saw open areas but had people physically in them, that was not small area green screen. They built huge sets. There's an area where in the trailers you see this too, where there's like almost looks like the front of like a pyramid, but there's stairs on it, and there's like bodies kind of strewn about, and then you see the people walking up them. They built that entire structure exterior wise and filmed them outside walking in that. They the ship interiors were all built completely. It wasn't like that they shot the same hallway from different angles for the different. No, they built everything, and that by itself is something I like to know, for the fact that I know it wasn't someone saying, we'll do this in post, or we'll do this, we'll CG this instantly, all this stuff. That I like a lot. What do you think overall, man?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6.
But with the caveat that, 1, I don't like horror movies, and 2, I felt like they played the horror tropes a few too many times. Like,
I know
going to an alien planet, ship instantly loses communication. Roll eyes.
Yeah.
We should go down here and do this anyway. Roll eyes. Like, we're going to an alien planet. We don't know what's here. We don't know anything. Anyone wearing a gas mask of any type? Biohazard suits?
Yeah,
we don't know what the atmosphere is like. Strange.
They're like, let's go to this. Let's go to a planet that we weren't planning to go to, but
just
have
to see what happens.
No parameters for any kind of.
Just, like I said, just a string of shady logic decisions in what's supposed to be a highly professional military type crew.
Yeah, and like
just sloppiness all around. And it's like everyone dies, and it's like I'm not even really surprised. And like I said, so that's this movie to me, is I'm not even really surprised. So I give it a 6. But granted, I mean, great visuals, great acting, but like I said, to me, they hit the horror tropes a little too hard, a little too often to me. But like I said, I don't like horror, so instantly, I'm obviously not going to give it as good a rating as someone who likes horror movies.
I do like horror movies. I was surprised that Kevin was in for today, truthfully, because we had talked about it, and you said, I'm not going to see Alien. Now listen, it's not like I'm going to tell him we're going to go see Annabelle when it comes out, because I know I'll never get him to that one.
No.
It was just fine. I might not even see Annabelle, truthfully. Those trailers freak me out. I agree that they do hit some of the tropes. Some didn't bother me as much as others. The no suits on an alien planet thing. The don't ever get naked in a horror movie thing. Foreseeing a few things kind of bummed me out, especially once they got on the planet. Billy Crudup's I don't think this is a word, but I'm going to say it anyway. Gullibility of Billy Crudup, of the captain. Especially, nope, that's a spoiler. Won't say it. I'm going to give it a 7 because it is a good Alien movie. And I say that because, obviously, like I said, if you're a fan of the Alien franchise, whether this is a sequel of a prequel or not, you'll like this movie. Visually, like I said, it was great. We saw it. I don't think they're playing it in 3D at all. I think it's just 2D. I might be wrong with that. But we saw it, and it's a beautiful movie. Like, visually beautiful. If you like fantasy design and are okay with a horror movie, then this is right up your alley, because it's cool. The world they put you in is interesting, and like it is a neat, it is a cool design. Seeing this as a colonization trip with 2,000 colonists and like a couple thousand embryos all on this ship. It opens up with a really cool scene of, instead of carrying enough fuel just to keep fueling, they recharge everything through solar sails. And that was kind of cool, I thought. Where, like, at the very beginning, it's literally the single person awake who you'll get. That's not a spoiler, that's fine. Who is running the idea of opening the sails. And the design is really cool, it makes a lot of sense. And everything kind of kicks off from there. These next few weeks, there are still some movies. I believe next week is Baywatch, Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe something else. I think we're going to see Pirates. Baseball's done now, so that means there'll probably be some other things we're going to try to do, whether it's hit some Netflix series, finally get to Ruby.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we have some stuff on the horizon. Maybe some game reviews. Maybe do Paragon.
Yeah, I can do that.
Maybe do. We'll figure some things out. We're always kind of keeping our eyes peeled and looking to see what's going on. But if you see this movie, let us know in the comments what you guys thought. It'd be interesting to see your input of what you guys think, especially if you do or don't like horror movies, but you do like Alien. I know that's a little bit of a contradiction, but to each their own. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I post all of our videos and extra content on there. I think that's about it. So, until next time.
Thanks for staying till after the credits.